Photoshop tutorial. I'm going to talk about several different issues, including scaling images and setting up a puppet to animate using the animation tools in Photoshop. So I've already found the image I want to work with for the background, and it is not highly detailed, and the detail in this image is not crucial to what I'm about to create. Thus, I feel like the file's a little bit too small, and although I'm going to lose quality, I do want to show how to resize an image and get a fairly clean resize from something smaller to something bigger with a basic knowledge and a trick. So I'm going to go to Image, and I'm going to choose Image Size, which will open up the Image Size dialog box, where you can see the file size is quite small. It's not even 1 meg. It's 392K. But as I said, it has a low amount of detail in it anyway. The trick is so simple. It's really about basing any resizes you do on even numbers of percentages. Since pixels are square, it's better to double, quadruple, quintuple, etc. What I want to do is to make this possible for me to print it if I'm printing it out of a student's work. And I've already increased the resolution to the size I want at 150, but instead of making this 208, and you can see the file is now at 1.67 megabytes, I want to keep this to be a round number. So I don't have Photoshop making weird stray pixels. Every pixel should be doubled or quadrupled or quintupled, because if there's an odd number, Photoshop has to guess at how to mix the colors together. It's a harder guess for it than if you round it out. And that's now under here where we have these resample settings. There's a little pop-down menu, and these things are called the interpolation settings. Interpolation refers to the idea of interpreting a pixel. So I am going to enlarge it, so I will put it on enlargement, but these top settings are by cubic, which means that Photoshop will look above but below, left to right, on every diagonal of the pixel near that pixels near that pixel to resize that pixel on all angles. Okay, and these were the old settings. Everything from here above is somewhat new. These were the vintage legacy. That's it, not vintage. Bicubic is the smoothest. Nearest neighbor is a little bit more sharp for harder edges, and bilinear is what you would use to, sorry, that's wrong. Bicubic is on all angles. Nearest neighbor is just duplicating each pixel as it is, and this is used for screenshots. Bilinear is only left and right and up and down, not on the angles.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this wonderful thing that it gives me, which is preserve details for enlargement, and then I'm also going to round this number. I don't need this to be giant. It's just going to be a little animation. So 200 instead of anything else. And now when I click OK, this is my settings for resizing this image. Click OK. All right, so again, I said detail doesn't matter, and it really doesn't. This is going to be an animation background, but that's the first part.
You just gave it more pixels.
I did. I doubled the pixels.
Yeah.
Or some value thereof.
Right.
So now I'm going to stop